Testicles 1 2, testicles 1 2, testicles 1 2. All right, man. We are live in full effect. We're on a new channel, 2wild for TV now. Salute to everybody who's gonna be coming through late and whatnot. I had stated this before. We kind of went live on this channel last year, and we did a lot of streaming on this channel last year as well, but kind of just faded off. And this channel kind of died for the most part. And I've been doing stuff on Tonyd2wild as well, but I wanted to keep that stuff for sneakers mainly. Sneaker live streams. This is where we're going to take things a little bit more elsewhere for the most part. I mean, there's really no limit to it whatsoever. Salutes to Top Here Eat. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. Top Here Easy. What's goody, man. Salutes to you for being first in the building. But yeah, man, we're gonna be just having fun over here. We're gonna be trying to go live a little bit more often throughout the week. Hopefully we can do Monday. I really know for sure Mondays, Wednesdays, and Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Those are like my best opportunities to go live. But who knows? At the end of the day, really want to go over like current topics, whether it's from hip hop culture, sneakers, politics. Like we're gonna be doing a lot of politic talk in the day in particular. And really whatever's going on from current events. So, salutes to everybody pulling up. Salutes to everybody that's going to be pulling up. And we're going to go ahead and get straight into it, man. So, obviously, like, I haven't made no content on this, but I've been definitely deep into what has been going on with it. And that in particular is what is going on with the situation down in Minneapolis. Now, salutes to my brother Zaya. I know that we were. I know that I've been on his panel a couple of times where we talked about it, And when we initially talked about this at this point, there were actually, I want to say, what, like three videos that had been out on this particular shooting. Three different, like, what was it? How can I say it? Three different types of angles. But now I think there's another angle, and I gotta watch out because we're on YouTube, and I don't want to get get the channel in trouble here. So bear with me. So let's see. Let me see though if first and foremost if this is the case. All right. So this is I don't know you salutes J fam was good, was goody, was goody. All right, so just in case you're watching this for the first time and you do not know what's going on, um, we'll break down the video, right? Of course, there was the first video. Damn, there's so many damn videos now. This is the one that kind of like shook the world. Let me see. They don't even okay. I think this is it. Let's see what CNN is talking about.
Video. As I said, it is so crucial because it was filmed by the ICE agent involved, but also
own cell phone.
So they have
Minneapolis shooting from the ICE officer's point of view. Footage taken on his own cell phone.
So this is the first one we saw. This one right here, like, oh, they got all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Critical angle of many cameras on the street that captured Renee Good's fatal encounter with ICE agent Jonathan Ross. Using surveillance footage, bystander video, and Ross's own phone, CNN synced multiple perspectives of the shooting and mapped this incident in 3D space.
So I've said this before and I'll say it again. I grew up a Democrat. And as I gotten older, I've kind of leaned a little to the right, but not as a right wing. I find myself being an independent down the middle. I do not trust Democrats. I do not trust Republicans. I don't trust anyone. I don't favor anyone. I favor what aligns with me at the end of the day. But I do like to watch CNN more than Fox. I don't know why. The thing is even though I watch CNN over Fox, I hate watching CNN because they're biased as hell. They're super left biased.
Taken together, they show the fullest picture yet.
CNN is always going to be against police, ICE. Of course, right now they're going to be against Donald Trump and the president. Everything there's nothing he could do correct. There's nothing that police, for the most part, can do correct. So it's always going to be like you're always going to kind of know where their angles at.
And that day, a home surveillance camera captures a moment Renee Good pulls up in a maroon-colored Honda SUV 4 minutes before the shooting. 20 seconds after she arrives, her passenger and wife, Becca, wearing a white beanie, gets out of Good's car. Good then parks the SUV perpendicular in the road. Here's how Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem described what Good did.
ICE officers and agents.
So I remember seeing this video downstairs, like in the living room, watching this, and I was not paying attention because I was watching I was with my son. But that itself, so this lady was driving. I guess she parked, and then her wife got out of the car.
After she arrived, Honda SUV. A home surveillance camera captures a moment Renee Good pulls up in a maroon-colored Honda SUV 4 minutes before the shooting.
Okay, so why is she doing that? I want to know why she's doing this.
20 seconds after she arrives, her passenger and wife, Becca, wearing a white beanie, gets out of Good's car.
Why is that? Why did she get out of the vehicle? I want to know that as well. J-Fam, you're going to have to walk with me through this, man. Why was this lady getting out of the vehicle? That's what also I want to know.
Good, then
it definitely, I mean, obviously they were out there kind of, I guess, protesting or something of that nature.
Parks the SUV perpendicular.
Parks. Why is she parking the vehicle?
In the road. Here's how Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem described what Good did.
ICE officers and agents approached the vehicle of the individual in question, who was blocking the officers in with her vehicle, and she had been stalking and impeding their work all throughout the day.
Available video doesn't show any possible contact Good may have had with ICE before this confrontation. What this video does show is that for a few minutes, while she is perpendicular to the roadway, several vehicles drive by. Even large SUVs are able to drive around her as she.
That's how CNN's trying to construe it, right? At this point, like, in my opinion, in my humble opinion right now, that don't mean that just because cars can get around her don't mean shit. If you do this as a normal person, at the end of the day, just driving your vehicle, being a normal individual, if I go tomorrow and I'm driving down the street and I park my car perpendicular, I'm getting pulled over by the police. I'm going to get pulled over. I'm going to get a ticket. That is a law that you break automatically. Now, as far as what she did beforehand, we don't know. We don't know. Maybe she wasn't bothering ICE. Maybe she was. From what it looked like, she'd been doing some shit earlier that made the ICE agents just had enough, and that's where they were about to arrest her.
What this video does show is that for a few minutes, while she is perpendicular to the roadway, several vehicles drive by.
But I don't like that part with seeing is several vehicles drive by what they're trying to say is like, she's not doing nothing really. I mean, she's parked like that, but cars were, traffic was still able to flow.
Even large SUVs.
Large SUVs and, big vehicles. There's so much space in the road. She's not doing anything wrong. She's doing something wrong.
Able to drive around her as she moves back and forth on the street. And that includes this light-colored SUV. It slowly drives around Good's car from the rear and stops.
But why does it have to do that?
Agent Jonathan Ross is recording video from his cell phone as he crosses in front of Good's car, recording as he sees her up close. She looks calm, and you can see both of her hands as she talks to the officer.
That's fine, dude.
And peep this is another thing I did see. That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. So we're getting the subtitles there.
Renee Good's wife, Becca, who had been the passenger in the car, approaches. Cell phone cameras on the street start recording as Ross walks around Good's car with Good's wife following.
I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy.
We don't get them captions right there. We don't get to hear what she said right there.
Renee.
We don't hear none of the interaction going around there, the antagonizing, the pushing, go get yourself some lunch, big boy, the curse words.
Good backs her car.
But they did add one thing that I'm happy they said. They showed this.
Up as the agent walks around the front of the vehicle. At the same time, on the other side, two more agents approach.
So this is where I will differ and probably piss some people off. This is where my thoughts and opinions are going to be different than a lot of people out there, right? What happens right here. And let me put this tweet out that we're live right now. We gotta let people know we live and back in full effect, man. We good on the audio chat. We good on everything. Let me know. I just want to make sure, man. It's my first day back on the job, man. Okay.
One tries to open the door as Good backs up. Tries to open the front of the vehicle. At the same
Why can't we hear the subtitles from the officer? Can we not hear? Let me see.
time, on the other side, two more agents approach.
Get out the car. Get out the car. Put the subtitles and let them know they're telling this lady, get out the car. Get out the car.
One tries to open the door
Get out the car.
as
What the
Good
fuck?
backs.
Why are you doing it? You're already breaking the law right here. This is eluding. Okay? This is eluding. So she's breaking the law and doing, I don't know. At this point right now, she's breaking the law. Because we already know that this lady was sitting out there parked, sitting out there impeding traffic, and they finally had enough. This is breaking the law. You're still breaking the law.
Good's vehicle starts moving. From Ross's cell phone video, you see Becca, the woman in the white beanie, trying to get into the car again. You also see Renee Good turning the steering wheel to the right.
Eluding. Get out of the car. Drive, baby. Drive.
She then accelerates. Slowing this down again and matching the exact time of these two angles. This angle appears to show the vehicle moving close to the agent. But in this angle, he does not appear to be in the path of the vehicle when he fired.
At the end of the day, right there, it doesn't matter what angle shows what. It matters what was the man hit or not. And obviously he was hit, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and lay out some disclaimers. I don't believe that this lady should have died. Number one, I don't believe she deserved to be shot. I don't think she deserved to be killed, and I don't think she was trying to. I don't personally think she was trying to hit the man. I don't think she was trying to do that. She was trying to flee, which was breaking the law. But what happened is, in her trying to flee, she hit the cop, which then instantly turned that car into a weapon, and that allowed the cop to do what he had to do in order to eliminate the threat. Did the cop go extra, and could he have did this and did? Yeah, he could have did this and did that. At the time, though, obviously, it's hard to say stuff. It's easy to say stuff in hindsight. This is just terrible that people are trying to justify a death. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not justifying the death. It's more so when you look at the actual laws itself. Salute to Peyton, by the way, coming through. It's not about justifying the death. It's more so about like the laws themselves, right? If I was getting pulled over by a police officer and I went in and did like this and reached out and gave my wallet, I don't deserve to get shot and killed right there. I don't deserve that at all. But I'm putting myself in a weird situation by moving too fast and reaching for stuff that I should not be reaching for, and causing that police officer to be in fear of his life, and then giving him the defense to actually use force and say the reason why he did it was because of this. The lady that was trying to flee made a mistake and decided to go forward in front when the cop was in the way. And by her doing that, her mistake allowed that cop an open to utilize his weapon and kill her, and then be able to get off or get away with it. That's the part
Seconds
that's,
later, Becca Good runs
you
to her
know,
wife, followed by
unfortunately,
the agent who fired his weapon. He briefly looks into the driver's side of the car and then walks away. And then
I didn't even peep that.
followed by the agent who fired his weapon. He briefly looked
Was the wife over here and this lady was trying to get out the
into
car?
the driver's side of the car and then walks away. Now, what we cannot see in Ross's cell phone video is if the SUV made contact with the agent because the camera angle jerks up to the sky. But DHS still says it supports the agency's initial position, releasing this statement saying, quote, the footage corroborates what DHS has stated all along, that this individual was impeding law enforcement and weaponized her vehicle in an attempt to kill or cause bodily harm to federal law enforcement. The officer...
See, I don't think, like I said, I don't think that she was trying to weaponize her vehicle. I don't think that she was attempting to kill this guy. I don't think that she was trying to cause bodily harm. I think she was trying to flee. But by her trying to flee, she hit the cop, and it was like, uh-oh, like a light bulb went off. Salutes to Jazzy, salutes to Q in the building, salutes to everybody. Like, I don't believe she was trying to hurt this person, but she made a mistake that allowed her to give the cop the opportunity to do something. So that's the point that I'm trying to make. And like I said, Peyton, I get it, but that's the point I'm trying to make. When you drive your car towards a cop, that is an automatic. That itself, if a cop is sitting in front of your car and telling you to stop, and you drive in front of them, heading towards them in any shape or form, that is them being able to say that the car is now a weapon. Salutes to homegrown kicks. That's just the way that the law is written. It's not about whether it's right or wrong. It's about what the law states. If you hit a cop by doing that, that is a double whammy. Not even mentioning the fact that this lady, which is another thing I don't know why she did, was driving a car when a cop has his hand in the vehicle. That's also like that right there. That right there is bad, because what could happen is we don't know what the cop is doing, but if his hand or he's trying to get you out the car because he's saying get out, get out, get out, and you drive off and that cop gets stuck onto something and then you're dragging him along, you could potentially kill him as well. And then that's another reason. So it's not about like justifying the death. It's not about what she deserved. We sometimes got to take ourselves out of just what we see and what we think, and put ourselves in these situations, how they're all just split second situations, and then also looking at what the law states. Just because what being, what's the saying they always say, like uh being found not guilty does not mean that you're innocent. Being found not guilty can mean that they don't have enough evidence. You did it, but they didn't have enough evidence to make you, guilty. And what I'm trying to say here is this lady was not trying to kill him, not trying to harm him, was trying to flee, which is breaking the law, but she was not trying to do any of that. But she did a stupid maneuver with her vehicle that caused a situation to where she hit the man, and when she hit the man, he then put out his weapon and shot her. Um, and like I said, I don't think she's gonna deserve to die, but I definitely think that I think this cop is not gonna be found uh guilty at all. I don't think that he's gonna be found guilty.
Approach. One tries to open the door as Good backs up.
This angle, when I first saw this particular angle, like I was like,
Good's vehicle starts moving.
it didn't
From
look like he
the
got
cell
hit.
phone video, you see
But then
Becca
I saw the
turning
second
the
thing. When I saw the second angle, and then I saw
to the
this.
right. She then accelerates. Slowing this down again and
This angle right here is the one that I saw.
matching the exact time of these two angles. This angle appears to show the
Right here.
vehicle moving close to
Boom.
the agent. But in this angle, he does
It does not matter about what this angle and that angle. That
not
angle is
appear
enough.
to be in the path of the vehicle when he fired.
So they're trying to, okay, so what they're saying is he did not seem to be in the path of the vehicle when he fired. So they're trying to say that, like, and that's another thing, like, did he shoot when he was on the side
Fired.
right there? That part I need to see, and I need to see what if Zaya was showing a different angle. But the reason why that's a little weird is because the photo of the car has a gunshot in the front. So it's not like he shot twice. Like I don't think he shot her in the side of the head right here. Like like she's driving and he shot through the front window, because there's a picture of the car itself, and the car itself has a bullet hole like right in the front. I'm very curious about that. But it is kind of
This morning, new details also.
Let me see, I'm gonna pull it up and show y'all. It's a sad situation though, man. Right here though. Cause like if he shot from the side, then this bullet would have went like towards that back seat. Unless he did shoot her from the side through the window. He shot 2 times. So he did shoot 2 times. So I'm very curious, like where this bullet went and where that second shot, because that second shot there's no bullet hole. So did he shoot her dead straight to the dome piece on the side? To make a video of it? Somebody doing their job. Look. Gunpoint at driver. I need to see that. Okay, so he already had his gun out right here. Oh, first shot. Okay, that's the one that's in the front. Second shot. That's what I'm saying. That second shot. Oh, third shot. I didn't even know that. Oh, yeah. I honestly feel like that second and third shot is what took her out. I want to know. Yes, this is what I want to see. Come on now. Why they gotta? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Now that's where, but that's where things can get difficult. But in my humble opinion, when cops start shooting, bruh, they are told to shoot to kill. They are told to shoot to kill. Now that's not to say that this is right, you know. But what I'm trying to say is like it's gonna be kind of difficult, y'all, on that one. It's sad though because, like I said, I don't think that the lady should have died. I'm not gonna sit here and say she should have died, but she did a bad maneuver, in my humble opinion. Now I want to see because I was saying I don't know. Let me see something real quick. 'Cause I know I know they were talking about this on Zaya's panel. Of another angle. Just a bad situation, fault on both. I heard the guy's a veteran or something. He's been doing it for 10 years now. He's been doing it for 10 years. I want to see what Tonyd2wild has to say about this.
Let me start by being very clear about what this video is not. This is not a political argument. This is not an immigration debate. This is not about whether you like ICE or hate ICE. If you're already locked into one side of that, nothing I say here is going to move you anyway. And I've accepted that. What I want to talk about is something that's much narrower, much more uncomfortable, and much harder to avoid. Was this self-defense? Because once you strip everything else away, the outrage, the slogans, the ideology, that's the only question that actually matters. Before we even get to the shooting, we have to deal with something people keep intentionally blurring. This woman was not passively protesting. She was not peacefully demonstrating. She was not exercising her First Amendment right from the sidewalk. She was actively interfering with the federal operation. That distinction matters. The First Amendment protects speech. It protects protests. It does not protect physically impeding law enforcement from doing their job. At the moment she began blocking.
So yeah, somebody had mentioned the problem I had, even though they didn't have jurisdiction to stop her or initiate confrontation when she pushed him, it gave away the easy claim of self-defense. Well, the thing was that they were trying to do their job, and then this person was impeding on that. I would think that at that point they have some sort of jurisdiction to stop her at that point. You know, homegrown, like, you know, this lady was they were doing something odd because why did the wife get out of the car? You know, that part I just don't get.
Them. At that moment, she refused lawful command to move. She crossed from protected activity into illegal conduct. That's not a value judgment. That's just the reality of how the law works. Now, I want to be careful here because this is where people tend to think I'm being dismissive or cold. I'm not. I'm actually willing.
I feel like Colin's going to say the same stuff I'm saying, bro.
To give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm not assuming she was evil. I'm not assuming she wanted to hurt anyone. I'm not assuming she woke up that day intending to kill a cop. What I am inclined to believe is something much more human. She was stressed. She was overwhelmed. She did not want to be arrested. Anyone who's ever been in a high-stress confrontation understands this. When adrenaline spikes, your thinking narrows. You don't calmly analyze options. You don't weigh consequences. Your brain locks onto one directive, and hers, get out of here. And that's probably what was happening. She hops into her vehicle, she starts it, and she steps on the accelerator. Not slowly, not cautiously, not in a way that says, hey, let me ease forward. She floors it. Now, and this is important, that does not mean she was thinking, I'm going to run this officer over. I'm actually not inclined to believe that. What I think is far more likely is that she was frantic. Her mind was ahead of her body. Her adrenaline was doing what adrenaline does. She wasn't thinking.
She was in a fight or flight.
Thinking about throttle pressure or traction or who was standing exactly where. She just wanted to leave, and I understand that. But here's the hard truth that people don't like. Intent does not always control self-defense analysis. Actions do. And her
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to say. I don't think she was trying to hurt this man. I don't think that she was trying to kill this man. I don't think she wanted anything from this man. But what she did what she did. That cop don't know her, and what she did, her intent doesn't have to line up with breaking the law. She did a maneuver that took that away.
actions, regardless of what she meant internally, communicated something very specific to everyone around her. They communicated urgency. They communicated disregard for obstacles. They communicated, I'm leaving and I'm not stopping. Now, put yourself in the officer's position. It's snowing. There's ice on the ground. Traction is compromised. You're standing directly in front of a vehicle. You hear the engine rev. You hear the tire spin. The vehicle starts moving. You do not get time to psychoanalyze her mindset. You don't get to pause and say, well, maybe she's just panicking, because if you're wrong, you're dead. And this is the part that people refuse to confront honestly. Even if she didn't want to hurt him, even if she just wanted to escape, if he sidesteps and slips on ice, she's still going. Not because she's malicious, but because panic doesn't stop on command. Momentum doesn't care about intent. And this brings us to the question nobody wants to answer. What is the officer supposed to do? Is he supposed to wait until he's under the front tire before he reacts? Is he supposed to confirm her intentions by risking his life? Because that's not how self-defense works. Self-defense is not purely reactive. It's not wait until the worst thing happens and then respond. Self-defense lives in a space just before catastrophe. Preemptive and reactive force overlap. If someone is winding up to strike you with a bat, you don't have to wait for your skull to crack before you defend yourself. Yeah. If someone is charging you with a knife, you don't have to wait until the knife is in your chest. And if someone
pulls a gun out on you, brandishes a gun and holds it to their side, and they're like, boy, I'm about to, this anything, and then you shoot and kill them, they can't say, oh, he was a good guy. He wasn't gonna shoot you. Well, why did he pull the gun out? That's way different than this situation. But my point is that turning something into a weapon, having a weapon of any sort, you don't have to wait until you're under the damn car or till that person points the gun at you or till they swing the bat at you to then make a defensive mechanism, especially coming from a police officer.
Accelerating a 5,000-pound vehicle while you're standing in front of it, you don't have to wait until you're on the pavement underneath it. That's the space this incident lives in. Now, let's be honest, this is not a perfect self-defense scenario. It is imperfect as hell. It's messy, it's chaotic. It's happening in seconds, not minutes. I can understand someone saying, maybe he could have stepped to the side. And to a degree he did, but she still made contact with the vehicle. And I can also understand someone saying, maybe he could have just let her go and dealt with it later. Yeah, assuming everything was perfect. I see all of those arguments and I understand where people are coming from, but self-defense is not about perfection. It's about what a reasonable person would do when facing a potentially lethal threat under bad conditions. A vehicle becomes a deadly weapon the moment it is used this way. It doesn't matter whether the person driving means for it to be one. A 5,000-pound object moving towards a human being on ice is capable of killing them. Full stop. And the officer didn't get the luxury of hindsight. He didn't get slow motion replay. He didn't get commentary. He didn't get to read her mind. All he had were actions. And her actions communicated danger. This is what people mean when they say self-defense isn't clean. It's not cinematic. It's not morally tidy. It doesn't come with certainty, but it does come with responsibility on both sides. Her panic does not make her evil, but it also does not make her actions harmless. And the officer's response does not have to be flawless to be justified. This is why I keep coming back to the same question over and over again. Strip everything else away. Not politics, not emotion, not ideology. Was the officer facing a reasonable possibility of serious bodily harm or death in that moment? If the answer is yes, and based on the facts, it is, then this is self-defense. It's not perfect. It's not something to celebrate. It's not something anyone should be happy.
You got to remove the intent. We know the intent. I think we all know the intent. She wasn't trying to hurt the man, but did she make contact with him? Yes. Does that then cause him to be in fear of his life? Technically speaking, he could say yes. You could say the cop knew she wasn't. It ain't. It's about the contact that was made. That was it.
But it's still self-defense. What happened here was a tragedy. A woman lost her life, and that matters. And do you really honestly think that cop is celebrating the fact that he had to shoot that woman? Come on, people, let's be people. But tragedy does not automatically mean injustice. Sometimes tragedy is what happens when fear, panic, and bad decisions collide in a matter of seconds. And pretending otherwise doesn't make us more compassionate. It just makes us dishonest about how violence, stress, and human beings actually work. That's the conversation we should be having, not the easy one, the honest one. One thing's for certain and two things are for sure. Politicians and tech giants.
Oh, definitely, Quinn. I mean, that'd be a whole different beast if he would have shot after she got away. It's crazy. I think what makes it a political issue in a way, Peyton, is more so like Trump and his wording and him getting involved. Like, I think, him stating all that, that's where people could take it from a political standpoint. Like, him just jumping out and saying, look at this, and posting it, like, and defending ICE off the rip, He, instead of just letting it play out. I could definitely see it from that standpoint. But it's a tragic event. And I said this before, man, not to be funny, like I mean, it's dead ass. Like, if this was a African American this had happened to, oh my God, this would have been, it's already bad as is. If it was an African American that got killed from doing this, man, it would have been, it would have been horrible. Like, it would have gotten, the media would have been just pushing it, and Trump saying some shit like, trying to, not, doing what he do, it would have just damn near put us in a damn civil war at this point, bro. If I'm being 1,000. So, I'm just that would have been, I hate to say it, like, man, I'm not saying like, thank God it was a white lady, I'm just saying, man, it would have been bad, bro. It would have been bad. In all honesty. With that said, I do want to get caught up on some other news that I've been following, and we could talk about it. Feel free. You can obviously see my homepage is crazy. So apparently, Iran is protesting like crazy, right? They've been protesting for what they said is like 12 days now. It's been a minute.
The Speaker of Iran's parliament has directly threatened both the United States and Israel over America's warning that it could intervene militarily in the ongoing demonstrations that are shaking the Islamic Republic. Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Khalibaf made the comments as his fellow lawmakers rushed the floor and shouted "Death to America." This was aired live on Iranian state television and shows just how much Iran is trying to push back as these protests go on. Now, activists say that at least 116 people have been killed so far, and
it's like 400 now, bro. Basically, it's been that's U.S. State Department. Like, it's bad, bro. So if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure some of y'all do know, but like, basically, we dropped a bomb on Iran. What was it, earlier this year, or was it late last year? We dropped the B-2 bomber because of the fact that Israel was saying that Iran was close to having a nuke, and that we dropped some bunker bombs on them and blew it up. And then, after that, I think they shot some stuff back at us, and it was kind of dead after that. But since then, there's been a whole bunch of rebellion and, protests going on for a minute now over there. And Trump has been saying over and over, like, let them boys protest over there. Like, don't touch them. Don't touch them. Don't do nothing to them. If you touch them, if you do something to them, we gonna come drop some bombs on y'all. And
Since the U.S.
I'm gonna be honest. Look, man, I'm not trying to like hip hip hooray on Trump, but he when it well, because he has been capping on the Russian shit too, so I ain't gonna be one. He, for the most part, when he be saying certain things like dropping bombs and stuff, he kind of been doing it a little bit, you know. So
Has captured Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro, President Trump has been warning a long list of countries, including Iran. Nationwide protests there against a cost of living crisis are ramping up, and President Trump has warned that Iran will get hit hard by the U.S. if
Peyton,
protesters are
the
killed.
fours, nah, I'm not.
CNN's
I
Paul
did a
Hackles
review on it
has
though.
the latest.
A female protester is dragged from a street.
The main thing here that I look like the thing that's crazy about this, of course, like I voted for us to stay out of wars. I voted for us to get out of this foreign policy. I voted for us to focus on America. And Trump has definitely not kept that word, right? He's definitely not done it. I didn't think Kamala was gonna do it either, but they both try to like say they didn't. So, you know, I'm for like us sticking to what's going on in the world. And Trump is definitely not kind of did that. We're all up in the mess with Iran and all in this mess with Israel, with Russia and Ukraine. I mean, salutes for him trying to, you know, settle it for the most part. Still, that's between them. And then now we got this thing with Greenland, which we're gonna talk about later. But like, it's like, bro, we are all over the place right now, involved with so many different people. One thing I can say though, man, is that I'm proud of myself is just being more involved and knowing what's going on, because when Biden was president, I didn't really pay attention to anything, and I think it was a lot to do with COVID and just a whole bunch of other shit, being a parent. But like, I was a big time Bernie Sanders supporter when he was running, both the times he ran, and I was so involved in the politics, and I hated what the Democrats did to Bernie Sanders, but I was so involved in it and knowing what was going on, and you know, once he didn't win, I kind of fell out the loop, especially when Trump was first in office. I didn't really pay attention, and then when Biden was in office, I didn't really pay attention to the politics like that, because it just wasn't. Well, Biden wasn't doing. Biden wasn't even the damn president. Man, that man had Alzheimer's. But you know, since Trump's been in office, I've been paying attention a lot more to what's going on, what he's saying, what's going on around the world. Like, I've been really focused in on it, and it's definitely, I hate to say it this way, but it's like and Trump makes it like a damn reality TV show in a way. So it's kind of like entertainment, but it's real life, so it's not entertainment. But he also is pretty transparent. He lies a lot. He lies a lot. He caps a lot, but he is transparent. Like, he lets you know, he speaks and has we weren't getting into that with Biden either. So that's another reason why, like, a lot of that stuff was like straight away. We never really, the man with Biden wasn't his brain wasn't there. But with that said, let's get to this.
In Tehran, demonstrators run for cover as gunfire is heard in Malek-Shahi, a city in Iran's western Ilam province. It is a familiar and brutal response to nationwide
Are they shooting?
as gunfire is heard in Malek-Shahi, a city in Iran's western Ilam province. Cover as gunfire is heard in Malek-Shahi, a city in Iran's western Ilam province. It is a familiar and brutal response to nationwide protests, now in their second week. The Iranian currency is collapsing, inflation rising, and the cost of living becoming hard to bear. Currency is collapsing, inflation rising.
You got them US dollars out there.
And the cost of living becoming hard to bear. Shopkeepers, traders, and students on the streets blame government mismanagement. Officials say publicly they are willing to talk.
The government is trying to be more amenable to dialogue. President Pezeshkian has offered to mediate and engage. He's acknowledged.
So I was reading about this too. They said them dollars dropped. I just went to check. So the Iranian dollar is $0 to us. Like, it doesn't cost nothing. Like, look, it just dropped. $1 Iranian dollar. Damn. Bruh. A million Iranian rial is 88 cents. Now, I don't know how that convert, you know, how much does do they have McDonald's in there? I just want to know, like, $5 to $20. So a meal, restaurants, $100,000. Now, obviously, this could be like, it can obviously be because we're at, like, we don't like them right now. They're trying to tell me though a restaurant out there is going to cost $100,000, so you can get you a full meal out there for what, 8 cents, 9 cents. It dropped by half, so that means it would have been like 16 cents. This had to have that's crazy. Holy shit.
Responsibility.
But as the president offers dialogue, the security forces are cracking down, attacking protesters holed up in this hospital in Elam.
And what's crazy too, well, they're gonna talk about this later. This is all like old, right? I'm getting y'all caught up. They done cut the internet off in the whole entire country. Like that lets you know that something like the regime is all fucked up. You cut the internet off so nobody can get news out, nobody can let people know what's going on. It's like on some North Korea shit.
Social media footage shows forces inside looking for injured protesters and those trying to hide. The US State Department said, quote, "The assault on the injured with tear gas and live ammunition is a blatant crime."
Yeah, they shut the internet off,
humanity.
homegrown.
The US president has already threatened to step in if protesters are killed.
We're watching it very closely. If they start killing people like they have in the past, I think they're going to get hit very hard by the United States.
See what I'm saying? Pay attention. And then this guy, you know, Netanyahu, he loving this. He loving this because now he see we want to get involved. Like,
a move against the Iranian regime
likes this.
that Israel's prime minister has been encouraging.
Yeah.
Actions or statements raised by figures such as the prime minister of the Zionist regime or some radical American officials regarding Iran's internal affairs amount, under international norms, to nothing more than incitement to violence, incitement to terrorism, and incitement to killing.
US military attacks on Venezuela over the weekend and the capture of President Nicolas Maduro will be watched closely in Tehran.
I think Venezuela adds icing to a really clearly baked cake for Iran. The Islamic Republic has learned the hard way that President Trump is unpredictable.
Although the supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, does still have some support, there are increasing calls for his removal, both inside and outside the country. Paula Hancock's CNN, Abu Dhabi.
We're closely watching yet another country that Trump is now threatening, Iran. There's video here on the screen of anti-government protests today. What you're looking at are the protests themselves. There were gas cans.
So this, like I said, this is all like 5 days ago, y'all. This is 5 days ago. Now this is a day, like, we're gonna get caught up. Well, let's see.
Welcome back. Iran is in a near total internet blackout amid widespread anti-government protests. Authorities cut off communication.
Yeah, this is it right here.
More than 36 hours ago, raising fears of a brutal crackdown to suppress dissent. The demonstrations have raged for nearly 2 weeks in more than 100 cities. You are seeing footage there from the capital, Tehran, where some protesters chanted, "Long live the Shah." They called for an end to the Islamic Republic and the return of the Shah's exiled son. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump issued another stark warning, threatening to hit Iran, quote, "where it hurts," if it uses violence against protesters. Iran's supreme leader has said Trump should focus on, quote, his own country. For more on what's taking place across Iran, I want to bring...
And then apparently, so what I learned was that the Shah is the prince of the successor of the monarchy for Iran, who's been living. I want to say he's been living here in America for like since the like 70s or some shit like that. And basically, they're trying to. I guess they want to bring them back in. They want to bring them back in. So Trump now, though,
Iran
is saying that he's trying to step in.
Against the U.S. That's after President Trump offered his support to Iranian protesters as anti-regime demonstrations continue to rock Iran. The president posted on social media yesterday, Iran is looking at freedom perhaps like never before. The U.S. stands ready to help. In response to Trump's comments, Iran's parliament speaker told Trump that U.S. military and shipping centers would be considered targets. And this morning, the New York Times cites that multiple U.S. officials are saying that the president has been briefed on options for possibly striking Iran. In the meantime, at least 78 people have been killed in those protests. That's according to a U.S.-based human rights organization. We turn now to CNN's Paula Hancock. Paula, good morning to you. Communication blackout there continues. How is that, if at all, affecting these protesters?
Well, Victor, it's certainly affecting the way that they can communicate with each other, although we don't see that that is impacting them on the ground at this point as the numbers appear to be growing. It is also impacting how they can talk to those outside the country. And as we talked about yesterday as well, there is this fear that the crackdown from the security forces will become more brutal. We have had a number of protesters speaking to CNN over the past couple of days, and it appears, unfortunately, as though that is the case. Now, none of them wanted to use their names for fear of repercussions from the regime, but we spoke to one older couple who said that they had been looking out into the streets and they saw people.
All right, so apparently that's what's going on. That was a day ago, but this is where I really want to. Now that y'all may be up to date, but basically, the U.S. State Department to America in Iran is leave Iran now. So I need to get. This is me listening to this now because this is where it's getting real. Apparently,
State Department to any American citizens inside Iran right now.
They're about
as the
to drop. They're
regime
going to.
faces its most serious anti-government protests in years. President Trump ratcheting up the pressure on Iran, saying he's putting a 25% tariff on any country that does business there, quote, effective immediately. The violence inside Iran is growing worse amid a brutal crackdown, with one human rights group confirming the deaths of more than 500 protesters. It is an incredible black box, and to think that such a black box could exist in a world of social media like this. But Jumana Karacha is out front, and I want to warn our viewers that some of what you're about to see in her report may be disturbing.
From behind the walls of the Iranian regime's censorship, a chilling video has emerged.
So apparently, like I stated before, they turned off the internet, and what they apparently did too, though, is they were able to get Starlink working for Elon Musk, but then I think they apparently jammed the Starlink as well, so that's not even working also. So yeah, it's a little weird what's going on over there, but apparently they jammed it.
Every movement of what may be a hidden camera reveals a terrifying picture of what's been unfolding on the ground. They butchered him, this mourner wails. Families gathered at this medical center outside Tehran, searching for loved ones. Lines of lifeless bodies are stored in a warehouse turned morgue. Inside the center, distraught family members stand anxiously in front of a screen that flashes photos of the dead. From that same location, state media had its own pictures and narrative, reporting the majority of the bodies are those of, quote, ordinary citizens. They blame their deaths, like the protests, on foreign-backed terrorists carrying out what they say are indiscriminate killings. These pictures the regime decided to air, perhaps a warning to those who dare take to the streets.
That is crazy.
It's almost impossible for us to get real-time updates from Iran. The regime's shut down communications across the country on Thursday. just as nationwide protests against the clerical establishment drew larger crowds to the streets of every province. It's a tactic out of its playbook on crushing dissent, cover it's used in the past to unleash bloody force. The little testimony and images that have been trickling out. Only a small window into what a ruthless regime doesn't want the world to see.
Oh, shit.
Video like this that purportedly captures the feared state security forces out on the streets is slowly surfacing, sent out by those who are risking their lives to get it out. As the U.S. weighs its next move, following the president's threats to strike hard if the regime kills protesters, President Trump now saying Iran has reached out to negotiate.
But we may have to act because of what's happening before the meeting.
It'd be crazy with them, though. They be saying death to America. They be saying all this shit. Then they want to reach out and talk and have conversations. Death to America, reach out, have conversations, do all this. What we got to talk about, man? Now, at the end of the day, I still think that we should mind our goddamn business. But these people are definitely, I guess, Suits the Turtle Dick, Barry, Larry, what's going on, brother? Good to see you over here. I definitely want us to stay the hell out of this type of stuff. I don't think it's gonna happen. These people are definitely chanting and wanting us to step in. They want us to step in. So that's definitely where the issue is going to occur. Unfortunately. And I would be surprised if we don't get involved with Iran by the end of this year, full in, regime change.
In this one location,
and Trump right there, what Trump basically said is that they reached out and we can talk to them, but we got to bomb them first.
Reached out to negotiate.
Basically what he said.
We may have to act because of what's happening before the meeting.
So we might have to bomb y'all before we actually sit down and talk to y'all because of what has happened. It's crazy. G-Rock was good.
In this one location, an estimated 250 bodies, with hundreds more confirmed killed elsewhere, according to activists. The world now braces for what may come when Iran finally emerges from the dark. Jumana Karachi, CNN, London.
I mean, that's how it's looking right now, Turtle Dick, Barry, Larry. I saw a video, I saw pictures of Iraq, Afghanistan, Iran, a lot of these countries in the 70s, man. It looked like totally normal. They blamed the West for westernizing a lot of these countries, and then that's when the Islamic regimes and all that stuff came in and tried to put certain laws and just was more stricter, and that's why you saw that happen in Afghanistan and with the Taliban and Iraq and Iran. They implemented all this crazy stuff, and it's definitely at this point I think that they're just tired of it, and now they want the Shah to come back, who was the prince of the monarchy beforehand, and he's in America. I think he's in America, living here. He's been exiled, and I think he's a big time, close person with America. So that's why they're open to trying to get him back in there. It's wild.
And out front now is Skylar Thompson in the wake of Jumana's reporting. She is the deputy director at Human Rights Activists in Iran. It is an organization that is closely tracking the turmoil unfolding. And Skylar, I mean, it's just incredible. As I was talking about it with a black box, you have a view inside that box. The reports that we hear, violence inside Iran has skyrocketed in the last few days. And I know that you're getting more information about that, but also from inside hospitals. What are you learning tonight?
Yeah, a black box is a really unfortunately accurate way to put it. We've now seen an unprecedented shutdown of communication surpassing 100 hours. So it's really difficult information. It's reduced to a minimum, but what we are able to glean from our network is absolute brutality. Jumana's package correctly mentioned bodies upwards of 250 in one place. And we've, documented over 500 deaths, as you mentioned as well. But we have over 500 cases still under investigation. So it really sort of paints the picture of what kind of brutality we're looking at. Inside hospitals, we have collected documents from doctors that show people impacted with tear gas, people shot at close range, and oftentimes they can't even seek appropriate medical care because doctors are stretched thin, or they're being taken directly to a detention facility rather than getting the care that they need.
I know that you've also been reporting, Skylar, on state television in Iran, and that there's been an unprecedented number of forced confessions that they have actually broadcast on state TV. What more can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's absolutely something that we haven't seen before. This number really concerns us. People are being arbitrarily arrested, as we've documented, thousands, tens of thousands of people. And what happens is they're arrested, they're taken to a detention facility, unknown at times. Sometimes we don't even know, where a person is being held. And then suddenly they appear on state television confessing to, being parts of rioters, terrorists, being associated or influenced by foreign elements. And what's so concerning is these confessions happen under torture, psychological or physical sometimes, and then they.
Well, we're gonna wait and see, man. I think they sent out the letter to people telling them to get the hell out of it in the next 48 hours. So, I think at this point, I think it's gonna happen. I think we're gonna wake up to it probably pretty soon. Now, one thing I want to talk about, somebody was mentioning the Maduro stuff, and I guess I saw this on Twitter, and I guess we could talk about this. More so not about the capture, but I've been diving into a lot of stuff regarding aliens, the phenomenon, AI. I've been in the rabbit hole of this stuff, right? Now, we'll watch a video on this too, but breaking, it says the intelligent expert and Sasha Ingberg writes that the U.S. has captured a device believed to be linked to Havana syndrome. Now, obviously, this tweet is not 100% fact, right? But we're going to play something that seems to be fact because it's been reported by a lot of news outlets. But she writes that 4 sources, including 2 familiar with the U.S. Special Operations, informed her that the U.S. acquired the weapon a number of months ago during a raid by the U.S. Special Forces in an unspecified location. The device is now allegedly in the hands of the Defense Department's intelligence and security units. Some Venezuelan soldiers have claimed that they experienced Havana syndrome-like symptoms during the U.S. raid to capture Maduro. It has long been speculated that the Havana syndrome could be used by some type of new direct energy weapon, pulse radio frequency, microwave, or acoustic energy that could be gun-like and transportable. Havana syndrome worldwide. So Washington, D.C., Havana, these are all places that it was done at. It said the United States has had directed.
Secretary, can I ask you a question about some of the technology that you're developing to fight the war on terror, specifically directed energy and high-powered microwave technology? When do you envision that you can weaponize that type of technology?
It is in, for the most part, the kinds of things you're talking about are in varying early stages. Do you have anything you'd add?
I don't think I would add much.
He wasn't supposed to say all that. Buddy was not supposed to even admit to that shit.
I think they are in early stages and probably not ready for employment at this point.
But this video is old as hell, so they ready now.
In the normal order of things, when you invest in research and development and begin a developmental project, you don't have any intention or expectations that one would use it. On the other hand, the real world intervenes from time to time, and you reach in there and take something out that is still in a developmental stage, and you might use it. So your question is not answerable. It depends on what happens in the future and how well things move along the track, and whether or not someone feels it's appropriate to reach into a.
So you're trying to say basically there's a lot of things that we got that we're working on, but sometimes we'll pull them shits out and use them. And that goes to say that a lot of things that, if you guys don't know, there's tons of things that are, apparently in the in black market projects, as they call them. There's aircraft and weapons, and some say a reverse engineered alien stuff that's been put out there that is in black projects, as they call them, that you'll never see the light of the day. But He's basically saying that they'll use them and put them back.
Development stage and see if something might be useful, as was the case with the unmanned aerial vehicles.
But you sound like you're willing to experiment with
Yeah, I think that's the point. And I think, and we have, I think, from the beginning of this conflict, I think General Franks has been very open to looking at new things, if there are new things available, and has been willing to put them into the fight, even before they've been fully wrung out. And I think that's not referring to these two particular cases of directed energy or high-powered microwave, but
So the reason why this is even being brought up is because of this particular video right here. So this is the original video.
Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Escuchemos al líder del 23 de enero.
So this is this video, but this guy translates it basically. So let's
has spoken, and you got to hear what he's said. It's in Spanish, but I'll translate. Also, Trump announced that, the cartels, they're going after him in Mexico. The whole vibe of Latin America has changed because of what happened in Venezuela. And now that we're getting firsthand accounts from people that were there.
Building. Good to see you, brother.
The soldier says they didn't hear him coming. He says the Americans had technology superior to anything they've ever seen. Everything that they were using for radar, for anything, was completely taken offline. They had drones, and the drones were taking out bases and taking out things faster. They didn't have no technology. They've never had to fight against drones. He also talks about that there was only 8 helicopters. There was only 20 men that were sent in, and those 20 men killed hundreds of their men, and none of those soldiers were injured. He talks about it felt like they were firing 300 rounds a minute. Nothing they've ever seen, nothing that they can compete with. And then he also talks to the fact that the Americans had some kind of
there it is right here.
Sonic shock boom that was sent out, and everybody immediately started bleeding profusely out of their nose. They couldn't even gather themselves because whatever was sent at them made them fall to their knees and vomit blood out of their mouth and out of their noses. They were incapacitated immediately. He says he never wants to go through that again. Doesn't want to have to fight with the Americans again. He's sending warnings to everybody out there that you think you can fight the Americans. You don't even know what their weaponry is like and what they're capable of. 20 men took out hundreds, and that's starting to spread all through Latin America. And now they're not saying, if you want me, come and get me anymore. They're like, oh shit. Especially after Trump says, hey.
So when I saw this video right here, in my head, I'm like, okay. But then something clicked. And I'm like, oh shit. Because I was wondering about this already. Bruh, this picture I'm about to show y'all was dropped way before this guy even talked about this. And it didn't make sense. But now it does. This is the picture when they captured Maduro. Do you notice the red stuff on his shirt? He has blood on his shirt, bro. He has blood on his shirt. He has blood on his sleeve. The thing is, he's not swolled up. It's not like he got beat the hell up and is bleeding like that. There's no visible markings of his face or anything. So like, why are you bleeding right here? Well, because he was bleeding from his nose. It had to be blood coming out his nose and got on his damn shirt. That's the only thing I can think of. Because his face is perfectly fine. So I saw this, I'm like, holy shit, this is real. And then it's been all over the news and all that. Like it's already out there, you know. I definitely think that this is somewhat real. And there was a video of a guy that did something a while back. They have some type of weapon that they can shoot at you that like produces like super crazy heat. Let me see. I think this was it. This was 13 years ago.
Had quite the heated demonstration at Quantico, Virginia from the Joint Non-Lethal Weapons Directorate.
They had this in Call of Duty also.
Their new active denial system boasts a reach far beyond any other non-lethal system.
Well, it's a versatile system. And
It has a
individuals on a military perimeter perspective.
Hold on.
It can deter individuals on a military perimeter all the way up to a riotous crowd, all without permanent harm.
It only penetrates 1/64 of an inch of your skin, goes very shallow into where your nerve receptors are.
So they feel it.
And there's no permanent injury caused by it. Very safe system. We've built in some safety margins and training for the operators.
They even let any of the guests volunteer to test out its effectiveness and safety, including the Assistant Commandant of the Marine Corps, Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, and Assistant Secretary of the Navy. Most described it as feeling like a hot oven or grill being opened up.
It is something that, once again, probably the
This is
safest
13 years
system
ago.
that we've developed as far as the non-lethal capability.
From Washington,
13 years ago, bro. They were doing this. So they already got some shit crazier than that at this point, bro. Crazier than that. So that's that. We got Iran. We talked about the shooting. What else was it? Was something else, right? Greenland, right? Greenland. I need to do some pack openings soon. So this Greenland thing, bro, is like really wicked right now because if we take Greenland, it's gonna cause a huge issue with NATO.
Donald Trump keeps repeating
it's really bad, bro. It's gonna be bad.
line. The U.S. needs Greenland. But how could Washington actually take
Hold on, brother.
repeating?
What is this? Is this AI? Oh, okay. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, so
Donald Trump keeps repeating one line. The U.S. needs Greenland. But how could Washington actually take control of Greenland, a self-governing territory of Denmark? There are three parts, all with serious consequences. First, the status quo. Denmark already allows U.S. military access under a 1951 defense agreement. The U.S. once had 15,000 troops across Greenland. Today, it has fewer than 200, mainly at Pituffik Space Base. Second, Greenlandic independence. Many Greenlanders support independence, but 85% oppose joining the U.S. Only 6% support it. Some in Washington see independence as an opening, using a compact of free association, like those with Pacific Island states. That would give the U.S. exclusive military access, block China, and cost billions in subsidies. Denmark fears the U.S. is already pushing this quietly. Third, annexation. Trump has not ruled out force. A takeover would be easy. Denmark has minimal forces there, but the fallout would be massive. One NATO member seizing territory from another wouldn't weaken NATO.
you said wouldn't weaken NATO? Well, here's the thing. NATO is let me see.
The shores of Greece.
I need to see something new. NATO is supposed to be where if one of us fights somebody, we all fight alongside that individual. So if one of us fights each other, it's like, the hell are you supposed to do there?
Welcome back into Live Now from Fox, where we are continuing to track some of the major breaking news stories from over this weekend. Do want to bring us out to this live image that we have at the White House over in Washington, D.C., as we track everything having to do with President Trump and also his prospects and pushes for U.S. control of Greenland. The Associated Press saying this, that Greenland's party leaders have rejected President Trump's repeated calls for the U.S. to take control of the island, saying that Greenland's future must be decided by its people. I also have this, a social media post from Fox News, It says not for sale. Greenland's leaders rejected Trump's push for U.S. control, declaring, quote, "We don't want to be Americans. We don't want to be Danes. We want to be Greenlanders." Joining us now to discuss this even further is John Hardy. He is with the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies. John, good to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Let's get a full breakdown here for our viewers, though. Why is there a push from President Trump to gain control of the island of Greenland?
Well, Greenland is important to U.S. national security in a variety of ways. We have an important Space Force base there, which is used for early missile warning, space surveillance. Greenland is also strategically positioned in the Arctic, a region of growing significance to U.S. security. There are also kind of critical mineral resources in Greenland, although they'd be very costly and kind of hard to get out of the ground.
I also want to ask you this. Has this been the first time that we've heard of a U.S. president wanting to gain control of Greenland, or is this something and an idea that has been floated in the past?
No, President Trump also raised this during his first term, albeit less aggressively, and again, then was rebuffed by the Danes.
Want to showcase this, just some overview of Greenland here, just so our viewers can get a sense of what the territory looks like right now, what the country looks like at the moment.
All right, well, I want to know what the hell is going on today, man. I've been seeing all this stuff right here, but this...
Look, if we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will, and I'm not letting that happen. If we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will take Greenland, and I am not going to let that happen. Yeah, sure. I'd love to make a deal with them. It's easier. But one way or the other, we're going to have Greenland. Or maybe NATO would be upset if I did it. Maybe NATO would save a lot of money. I like NATO. I just wonder whether or not if we needed NATO, would they be there for us? I'm not sure they would. You know, we spend a lot of money on NATO, and I'm not sure they would. But Greenland should make the deal because Greenland does not want to see Russia or China take over. They don't go there. It's very far away from Greenland. And Greenland, basically, their defense is 2 dog sleds. Do you know that? Do you know what their defense is? 2 dog sleds. In the meantime, you have Russian destroyers and submarines and China destroyers and submarines all over the place. We're not going to let that happen. And if it affects NATO, then it affects NATO. But, you know, they need us much more than we need them. I will tell you that right now.
Damn, bro. Man want us to be at war with everybody, man. So I thought it was gonna be some more information about that. I know that apparently, well, I know that we have a meeting with them on Wednesday, so I'm guessing Wednesday we'll find out more what's going on. Now, this was back what I was saying earlier. We're gonna talk a little bit back. I just want to see what he says, but this is the beginning of the end for the Iranian regime. It says the exiled crown prince.
Of there, Prince Pahlavi is with us. Reza Pahlavi, good to have you back, sir. Thank you for being with us. You were on this program last week, and I think it should be noted that your comments on this show went viral all over Iran with an incredible response. I was able to see a lot of it. What feedback have you gotten?
Well, Sean, the latest interaction I've had with fellow compatriots, I had a few FaceTime discussions directly with the young, brave people off the street telling me about the situation. The level of massacre has been unbelievable, unfortunately. The regime is, with no pity, using military machinery, AK-47s to shoot to death protesters. Morgues are overfilled. Despite all of that, these brave kids are still on the street. A doctor reported to us that she had a young patient that came in with her face being shot, bullet-ridden. And
Yes,
she said,
I
"The doctor
agree. I
patched
agree,
me
State
up.
Red.
I want to go back to the streets. I'm going to keep fighting until we are saved. And I want our leader, Reza Pahlavi, to return home to save us all." This is the level of commitment you see in Iran today. It's really, it has attracted the awe and admiration of the whole world. But the decisive element that everybody's waiting for is when will the cavalry arrive, because we can only hold the Alamo for that much amount of time. So it's very critical, the timeline of when as the president promised, and part of the reason they are still on the streets fighting is they believe that this president is committed to do what he promised he will.
Reza, let me ask you, the president himself has said we are examining very strong options regarding Iran. I will make a decision. He talked about the protesters that have been shot. He has been briefed on ways to hit them if they continue to kill innocent people. Are you hearing the reports I'm hearing? And that is that the morgues are overflowing, people shot in the head, that the Iranian Revolutionary Guard is assassinating people in the streets of Iran. Are you hearing that the hospitals are overrun?
Absolutely, but there's something else that I think is not being covered or said. We have tacit intelligence reports that a number of people, they have started a process of connecting with us, those who want to defect, that despite the regime hard crackdown, many have refused to show up for work, feigning health reasons or whatever, because they don't want to crack down on people anymore. More than 5,000 elements that belong to the military and paramilitary forces refuse to go back to their posts so they don't have to be faced with the duty to crack down on people. This is the beginning of the end of the regime that is hoping to buy some time. They know they're on their way down. The decisive blow can be the game changer and the knockout punch to this regime. And we are trying to save lives here at the same time, Sean.
Susan Joshua, that was a good thing. That's what Zaya was mentioning, bro. It was a big ass T-Rex in the back, like just sitting on top of a fucking car. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I have no clue what the hell that was about. What was going on there? That was wild. Let me see what's going on Twitter right now. Let's look at some sneakers real quick, man. So I did see these right here. There's like another Air Force One from Drake. This is the chrome heart joints. I'm gonna wonder how much these are gonna go for. I just dropped the video though on the main channel too, going over a lot of this stuff, a lot of sneaker news for the week. So go and check that out afterwards if you haven't already. Shaq Nose is getting the low tops. And then I seen these right here, you're the horses. I definitely got to pick up a pair of these hoes. Maybe, I don't know. I gotta watch out, bro. There's too much on the list right now. $200 too for these. It's kind of up there. But I ain't really seen nothing. I was just trying to see what was going on there. Let me see if see what else we got. Oh yeah, Trump bucking. What else is there going on, guys? What else we could talk about? Anything else? Shit, I don't even see anything else going on. Trump's Greenland secret. Myron's on live right now. Feel good though, getting the live stream popping, man. I can't even react to TMZ, man. They gonna clap a nigga. But definitely am going to be trying to, also just be on top of these lives the day they come out. So that's another thing, like just being on top of that. Trying to see if there's anything else that I wanted to talk about for the most part. I think that's about it, man. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. We definitely I'm be clipping all these footage that we dropped. It's gonna be going live, and I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow as well. I actually got some videos I'm gonna drop, so stay tuned on that. So to everybody who came through, try to keep thoughts on the content in general going into salutes. I'll answer that before I go. Stay direct. So thoughts on content in general. This is kind of where I'm at right now, right? Before I go. Two Wild Guns is my gun channel that I've been doing. And I feel like where I'm at with that channel right now, I just need to continue doing that, continue that flow, keep things going, and I'll be good to go. You know what I'm saying? I think that I need to keep that going. Don't really mess around with it. Don't really, do anything different. Tonyd2wild. Today I filmed a vlog for the first time, which I'm gonna drop tomorrow. And I think that I'm gonna have to do a lot more experimenting. So it's the road runner. What's going on, man? The content for 2026 is gonna be experimenting content. I'm gonna do the videos that I know that work. Obviously, people want to see reviews. People want to see me do Gothams and all that. But I'm gonna start vlogging more. I'm gonna start doing videos that I know are not gonna overall probably stand out and be big, but are new to the channel because I feel like I've been stuck in a cycle for a minute, in a revolving cycle. And I think there is something with Cyrex. We could watch that if you want to, Turtle Dickberry. We could check out Cyrex. But it's a revolving cycle. We're gonna keep it rolling. Since Turtle Dickberry mentioned something, there is some Cyrex. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, y'all stay tuned. Just wait. But I'm gonna be doing this content, experimental content, and new content on the channel, and some new content that's actually old. So like I said, I'm gonna be dropping a vlog video, kind of just behind the scenes of the day, just to put it out there and just getting out of my comfort zone. I think 2026, I'm gonna be focused on getting out of my comfort zone. That's where I'm at. That's where I want to be at. I don't want to be comfortable no more. I've been comfortable and have had anxiety being comfortable. And even then, seeing things, while being comfortable, having anxiety, and even though I'm comfortable, still not seeing the results I want to see. So I'm going to put myself in a situation that I'm not comfortable. So I have a reason to have the anxiety I have, and see, prove to myself if either what I've always feared comes true or not. It's kind of weird, but like basically back in the day, like I used to have anxiety when I was a kid growing up that like something was wrong with my heart. And I got so pissed off and like annoyed of it that whenever I thought something was wrong with my heart, I would go outside and start running and like playing basketball or running or doing stuff that made my heart actually pump faster to make it like, to prove to myself, like, okay, well, why am I not dying? Why is my heart not doing something weird? So, because I got annoyed so much. It got to the point where that kind of like, that fear kind of went away. So now what I'm going to do is I'm fear of doing new things and being in my comfort zone, because I fear that if I do go out my comfort zone and start doing too much, that my views are going to just die off or my channel's going to die. Well, I'm going to actually do different things now that are experimental and risky to actually see if it's actually going to happen. See if my channel's going to actually die. I think I just dropped the video right now, to be honest with you. It was a sneaker news video, but it's because I really want to start that series up. But I just dropped that video, and I don't know, but it looks like that video is probably going to be like a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. It's not moving fast, it's not doing well, right? Well, if it's going to be 10 out of 10 on a sneaker news video, I'm going to drop a fucking vlog tomorrow, and we'll see if that goes 10 out of 10 or if it goes more. Like, what worse can it be? If it's another 10 out of 10, so what? But I'm going to start doing the content I want to do and stop feeling pressured at this point. That's how I'm kind of feeling. What's good, little Titan? Yeah, no, I understand. I appreciate that, Turtle, man. I think I just gotta get back back in the flow, man. Honestly, I just gotta get back in the flow. So this is Cyrax, y'all. It's a crazy individual. Let's see what the hell he's up to, right? Like, the people that watch me, they never watch me do this, but if you watch Zaya, you know that, this is a guy who, it's so much damn history at this point. There's gonna be a video on this channel. Obviously, I'm gonna clip this and put this on here. People are gonna be like, who the hell this is? At this point, guys, you're just gonna have to go do your own research at this point. It's gonna be hard as hell to just get caught up on this. We gotta just go for it. It's years and years of shit here.
What's up, guys? So I got some really cool stuff in the mail today. First of all, I got a painting which I'm going to put up on.
Apparently, this yellow thing right here is bed bug repellent. They looked it up. Let's see. It's a yellow bottle right here. They're saying that that yellow is that right there. White cap with the handle. You don't see the nozzle, but it's white cap with the handle back there. I mean, it looks pretty spot on. It's flipped around though, so you can't see it.
Screen here in a few minutes, like right over here. But I also got this.
God damn, his head is fucking
as well,
that damn fucking head is. That shit looks like it burns, nigga. Spray some fucking rubbing alcohol in that shit, boy. That shit will fucking sizzle. God damn, nigga.
It's a broadsword pendant, which is honestly.
That shit look like from right here, that shit look like strawberry, like a strawberry ice cream with like the little red little flakes from the strawberries, or like a vanilla ice cream with some strawberry flakes. God damn, nigga.
Sword.
You can see he got a little bit of fuzz too right here too. It's like he need to shave that shit. Shave this shit, nigga. Put some lotion on it or something. Moisturize that shit to keep that shit clean.
Pendant, which is honestly beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's a broadsword pendant, which I'm keeping tucked in here, and a coin which I'm going to show after I read this letter. I haven't read it yet, so I'm excited. I'm about to see what this says. I haven't gotten any fan mail like this in a while, so I'm super excited. Says, Dear Chance, I hope this package found you well. My name is Tad Voss, and I am a painter from Grand Rapids, MI. I first learned about you several years ago when my wife Katie introduced me to your short film, The Darkness. We were both great fans of avant-garde experimental films and loved your use of narrative and symbolism. I appreciate that, man. Unfortunately, my wife passed away in a car accident in 2023, and it completely broke me. I lost my job, I gave up painting, and I was contemplating so I can join her in the hereafter. Bro.
Yo, his fucking eyes, bro, cockeyed. That nigga look crazy right there.
So I can join her in the hereafter. Bro.
That nigga like he hit a fucking big ass bong rip, nigga.
Dude. The only thing that brought me any comfort was watching films that she and I used to watch together. And in doing so, I rediscovered your work. I wanted to know more about you as an artist, so I delved into your other creative ventures, and that's how I learned about the issues that you were facing with the online trolls and detractors. Unfortunately, being an artist myself, I know all too well about the animosity and the harassment that our work can provoke. That's very true, dude. And I just want to say, man, I'm sorry for your loss. And I'm glad you're still here, brother. I am truly glad you're still here, bro.
Whenever he does this, so man, that's the fake cry shit right there. That's the fake cry shit. Fake
The
sentiment.
clash between creativity and ignorance is a tale as old as time. But what I found so inspiring was your unwillingness to surrender to the ignorant people who were targeting you. I'm a firm believer that you can best tell a man's character by the way he faces adversity, and your unyielding nature in the face of such adversity inspired me in ways that I could have never imagined. Dude, I'm fighting not to fucking cry right now, dude. Fuck.
This nigga, bro.
I pushed myself to get up off the couch and get back to work. And choosing to live instead of dying. I couldn't have done it without you.
The thing is that so they're saying that he sent this letter to himself, opening a letter I sent to myself. That's what they're claiming here, right? That's what the content creator that posted this, which could be true. You know, this man Chance do a lot of weird shit, bro. Honestly, but I'm also on the vibe of like, is this another buddy troll? You know, is this another buddy troll setting it up? Because if this buddy troll sent him this letter, now it's like hit me up, and now he's got another buddy troll that's gonna be all up in his head, and then we got the next saga is coming around. You feel me? Like that's what I'm seeing happening right now. This is the next potential next buddy troll that's gonna be unfolding.
And the example that you set in dealing with the trolls, you saved me. To show my thanks, I decided to paint your portrait, which is right here. And this is the first painting I've done since Katie's death.
Come on, my nigga. Bro, that's fucking AI, my nigga. This is a buddy troll coming, bro. They got this nigga clean and everything. That is not Cyrax, bro. His shoulders are way too normal. Them niggas used AI, Cyrax.
The medium is oil on canvas, attached to a standard wood frame. Also enclosed is an ancient Roman coin from about 300 AD and a sword necklace, which is this necklace that I showed you guys right here. And this is the coin right here, which this is gorgeous right there. That's the coin right there.
Ancient.
I don't know if y'all can see that, but it literally says Ancient Rome, circa 300 AD, Emperor Constantine, which is crazy. So I'm keeping this on my desk, brother. And the sword necklace. Katie was a believer in New Age ideology and believed that ancient money held strong energy forces that brought those who held it great luck and fortune. There is no one more deserving of that luck than you. The sword is a symbol of the warrior, and whenever you wear it, you are under the warrior's protection, forever in your debt. Tad Boss.
Fucking buddy show, man. Come on, man.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do, brother. I'm about to show this live right now. This letter, brother. It's going right up here.
And to the person that may be watching the playback and you're like, yo, Tony, man, why are you making fun of this dude? Da, 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 da. You got to go watch the history of Cyrax, okay? You need to understand this individual. This is not your normal individual, okay? Please do your research.
This letter is going right here, my man. It's going right there, brother. And going right over top of it, set next to it, is one of my childhood heroes, Jason David Frank, who actually became not only a good friend of me, but a fan of my artwork. So that's going right there. And this coin, brother, sitting right here always.
Bro, this nigga's fucking screen, bro. How did I find this guy? A person by the name of Pebs. And then Zaya followed up with a video. And I mean, this is a very chill video. This is not like, there's way more. This is the most comments you gonna ever see this man. But god damn, that screen is dirty as fuck. Holy shit, nigga. It's fucking just, what can you, is that like, what do you do to get that shit that dirty, my nigga? You nutting on it or something?
That's sitting right there always, man. And that necklace, right here around my neck at all times, brother. I appreciate you, Tad. And I'm glad that I can help you, brother. I'm glad that, that I could inspire you to get back into doing what you love, man. It's people like you that keep me going, dude. And I mean that, bro. It's good people like you that keep me going, bro. And honestly, bro, I absolutely love the painting. It's actually downstairs in the living room with my family. But I want to say thank you, brother. And I appreciate what you do, man. I genuinely and truly appreciate what you do. I appreciate everything that you've, sent. And again, bro, I'm sorry that you went through that.
Truman Show,
Like, I
bro.
am genuinely and truly, truly, truly sorry that you went through that, brother. And just know, man, that I'm glad that you're still here. And
Brother,
just
you
know
need
that you're not fighting this battle alone, big dog. And that there is help out there. And if you ever want to reach out to me, bro, I'm always here, man. You
there you go. There, if you want to reach out to me, that's the
can
buddy
reach out to
troll.
me on Facebook.
That's the buddy
You can reach
troll.
out to me on Discord.
The
You
buddy
know, however
troll.
you want to reach out to me, man, get a hold of me, bro. I genuinely and truly appreciate that, man, for real. But if you guys want to see the painting, it's going to be right here, as well as a couple other photos. But thank you, Tad. I appreciate it, man. Much love to you, brother, and I hope to hear from you soon, man. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to talk with you. Like, I genuinely appreciate you, brother.
See?
Keep up the good work, man. I can't wait to see what more stuff you put out, man. I'm super excited. But peace out, brother. Much love, man.
That's the buddy troll, man. Just to give you a little bit homegrown, like what happened, he had a girlfriend. He's had multiple girlfriends, but he had a girlfriend, which was a buddy troll, which was a fake girlfriend. And basically he was supposed to meet her like last week. And this is her.
Hey, I just made it.
This is the fake girlfriend. This is the girlfriend that's supposed to be meeting him at the place, right? So just keep that in mind.
Hey, I just
Fake girlfriend, by the way. This is Cyrax's fake girlfriend.
made it. I'm getting out. I can't wait to see you.
So she was supposedly quote unquote kidnapped.
Hello, Chance. Oh,
And
Chance is
then-
here. Hello, Chance.
And this is the aftermath of
You gotta be nice to me, okay? You gotta be nice to me.
Where is she? Where is she, John? What did you do with her, you piece of shit? Where is she? Where is my wife? Where is she, John? Tell me where she is! Tell me where she is!
She's in the closet.
What closet?
Where? Closet.
Where?
Miami. Idiot. Duh.
I'm coming after you, bitch, and I'm coming after you.
Chance.
Chance Wilkins, Cyrax. You gotta look him up, man. It's a lot more to him, man. But I think that's it. He did another video where he was like sing along, but I don't think I think he's just talking.
I'm literally living proof of how someone's world can change in just a matter of seconds.
We're gonna say that for another day, maybe for tomorrow, bro. I don't feel like hearing this nigga talk about that. But we're definitely gonna keep an eye on him. You know, we'll be checking him out. There's always new videos and new information coming from him as well, so that won't be an issue whatsoever. We're gonna have a lot of alien talks coming soon too, man. You know, we gotta talk about these aliens, bro. I gotta bring y'all with me. Oh nah, bro. He's a wrestler. He's a wrestler. He is a wrestler. You'll get to know him. But yeah, guys, man. I appreciate y'all, as always, for coming through and kicking with your boy. And make sure y'all turn on the post notification bell. Salute to J Fam in the building, man. Wait. Oh, J Fam, you're a member over on there. I'm gonna work out the memberships here, and maybe J Fam, I might even tell you to give that up and move it over here, because I'm gonna be going live more here, J Fam, because we can talk about more. I'm still gonna do my sneakers. My sneaker lives over there, over on Tonyd2wild that revolve around sneakers, but I know you fuck with the fuck shit and everything else going on. So I would say eventually maybe move it over here. Okay, not yet, but just wait. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And what I'm going to be doing, guys, is this live stream is going to stay up, and we are then going to be like dropping videos throughout tomorrow on the clips of what went down. So you'll be seeing these videos like coming back if you want to watch the playback or clips and all that. So we're going to start it up. We'll have a couple videos drop tomorrow, and I will see y'all on the next one, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all as always, and I'm out.